What's up guys, welcome back. My name is Carter and today we're gonna be talking about oh my gosh. What's up guys, welcome back. My name is Carter. On this channel, I post coding tips and tricks, and today we're gonna be talking about one of the most overlooked problems in code, functions that do way too much. This one's gonna make you wanna refactor your entire code base. So let's get to it. Okay, so picture this. You're reading through someone's code. Maybe it's a template, maybe it's a coworker, a teammate, maybe it's even your own code from 6 months ago. And you're reading through it, it's getting longer, you're at 30 lines, 100 lines, 300 lines of code. It's doing math logic, logging logic, database logic. It is just doing everything in one place. This function right here is doing 5 different things. It's doing validation, calculation, payment, email, and inventory. And it's all crammed into one singular block with comments trying to act like it's one function. And I'll go ahead and make my first point, and that's the fact that if you're having to put comments in your function that is too long, that is a good indication that that part that you're commenting to clarify what that section does should be its own function. So why is it actually a problem? Well, long functions hurt you in 3 different ways. And the first problem is that they're very hard to read. A function should be very quickly identifiable about what it does, very specific and do that one thing. If it takes you a long time to even comprehend what it's doing, then you, new developers, teammates, anyone can't even understand what it's doing at a quick glance, which is an issue. The second big issue as you get into the more software engineering world is that long functions are very hard to test. How do you run a unit test on a function that does 5 different things? Well, I'll tell you, you're either gonna run one big monster test that tests everything, or you're not gonna test it at all. And both of those are not good solutions. And the third problem is that they're very, very hard to change. So let's say that you need to change the coupon logic, which is 60 lines deep, but you're scared to change something 3 lines below it that's for the payment logic. That is exactly how bugs are born. It is very hard when all that logic is just crammed into one function. So these are all very obvious, and I'm sure most of you have already heard this and agree with me. But what is the actual rule that we need to follow? How long should a function actually be? Well, the answer is a little more complex than that. And I believe that a function should do one thing. That's it. It should do one thing and do it well. And this idea comes directly from the book Clean Code by Robert C. Martin, or Uncle Bob, who is a really famous software engineer that has written a ton of these books on how to write clean code. And he says that a function should do one singular thing and do it well. That is his answer to how long a function should be. And what I'm describing here is the single responsibility principle, or the SRP, which is a very common computer science principle that everyone should learn at some point, but this is just applied at the function level. A good rule of thumb is if you can describe your function without using the word and, you're probably pretty good. If you have to say, oh, it's doing this and this when you're renaming it, that is most likely 2 functions in one, and you should separate them. So let's go ahead and fix it. Looking back at our code, we're gonna refactor this. We're gonna extract each responsibility into its own well-named function. And that's it. That's the whole entire function now. It's only 6 lines, and you can read it exactly like a sentence. You validate the order, you calculate the total, charge the customer, send the email, update the inventory, done. That's it. And yeah, that was a lot of things that one function is doing, but each statement that I said was one singular line, not 20 lines. Now let's go ahead and look at one of these extracted functions that we've made. So for example, the calculate total is pretty short. You know, we're at like 8-9 lines here, and it's pretty focused on what it's doing. This function that we've made is the calculate total, and that's all it does. It takes that order in, calculates the total, and returns it. That's why it's so short. It's focused, it's testable, it's named. You can write a unit test for exactly testing just the calculate total. When beforehand, you had to spin up a whole entire payment service or touching the inventory just to test this total, which doesn't make sense. Each function now has one job, one reason to change, and one thing to test. Now, I know what you guys might be thinking. Isn't that a little bit overkill, writing a whole function just to send one email? And that's a fair question, fair point, and the rule isn't exactly to make every single function 3 lines long. In fact, there's no set number that you can put. I know in one book it says to make all your functions 20 lines long. And you know, you can go back and forth debating what's the correct number. A rough estimate's probably gonna be a lot better for you. But the truth is that there is no number on a set rule of how long your function should be. The rule is about clarity and responsibility. If a block of code has a distinct purpose that can be named, then you should extract it from that function. But if you were to extract it and make the calling code harder to understand, then you should probably leave it. This is kind of where you get to use your own judgment as a programmer and try to develop the most clean code. Even Robert C. Martin in his book says there isn't no one perfect or perfectly clean code. It's all up to your own judgments and your own practices of what you think is best. But for those of you who want a specific answer, the sweet spot that most devs try to aim for is making sure that your function fits on one screen, and anywhere between 5 to 20 lines is usually good to aim for. Again, this isn't a hard rule, but it's just kind of a gut check, gut feeling that you should have about your code. All right, to wrap it up, if your function is too long, it's doing too much. You need to pull each responsibility out and name its own function. Your main code now becomes a clean outline that you're following instead of all of the logic in one singular function. And in addition to this, all of your helper functions that you've pulled out now become focused and very testable, very readable on what your code is doing now. Again, one function should have one job. That's it. Well, that's it for this video. If this video helped you out, make sure to like and subscribe. I post coding tips like this pretty frequently and I don't want you guys to miss out. Let me know if you've seen any bad instances of really long functions. What is the longest function that you've ever seen? Either, well, I guess from your own code or from anyone else that you've seen. Drop it down in the comments. I love to hear about all your guys' stories. I've seen some pretty bad ones, so let me know if you guys have me beat. If you guys liked the video, like, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out.